let's move to our last segment. Um, so just a brief background. Myko and I run a sports card business. Um, it's yeah, we're basically just trying to make try to get the word out there, trying to give people an avenue to invest, and to build um, financial freedom and all that. And like, yeah, we have the podcast to help get the word out there. And we love sports cards because we love sports.
I should feature you
So
in my show.
ooh.
Right?
That'd be so lit. That'd
Right?
be lit. That'd be so
I
No, I
lit.
mean,
really should. You don't need to add this, but seriously, I should. Because we're always looking for like people to feature. And you guys could it's a okay, I got you guys. I'll get back.
I mean, I'm open arms.
Yeah. Man.
And it's just via Zoom. Like you get to show like your collection. You get to like talk about your podcast, your YouTube and shit like that.
Yeah, that would be
That would
great.
be wow. That would be amazing, honestly.
I would work on it. I got you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Go.
Well,
Anyway.
yeah, we just like to ask what you currently know about sports cards.
Well, I know that they're expensive. If
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
already like, it's an
Yeah.
investment. Like you said, it's an
Yeah.
investment, and you get to sell it at a much higher value, especially with players. It's actually a gamble in a way, just like
Yeah.
stocks. It's
Yeah.
a gamble.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
If the player's not doing well, if the player just ends up not, really getting there already, like superstar level, then yeah, you're screwed. But
Yeah.
it's an
Spot
investment.
on.
Sell it at a much higher level, like a much higher value. So that's really what I know about sports cards. I've never tried. I've never actually seen a sports card like in
What?
person.
Oh, in
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really, I don't really. I just know like there's like the Prism one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
That's top one.
There,
See
yeah.
that? Yeah.
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 That's top one.
Those kinds and stuff. A lot of people collect them. Like they've been collecting it for like the longest time, and they don't want to sell it because they know that it's gonna be much, much higher in the future. That's what I know so far about sports cards.
That's a pretty general description.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Probably a 9 out of 10.
Wow, really? I would expect something sick, you guys.
I mean, that's pretty much how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah. That's more than basics already,
I
actually.
have a question though. Do people bid to get the cards sometimes?
Yeah,
Well,
sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah, you have auctions for bidding. Sometimes it's just a straight up sale. Yeah, there's lots of
Or-
ways.
Yeah. Or you win it from a box break.
Oh yeah. I know those box breaks. Tyler sell.
Yeah.
Right.
Fun fact, I have my own box break. It's called South Box Break. And Tyler's my plug, basically.
Really?
He's one of my plugs. Yeah, he's one of my plugs.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll
And
mention
it
that.
was it was a funny story because my previous plug before Tyler, like I had him, and then one day Tyler messages me, "Yo, bro, do you want to buy boxes?" And I was like, "Can you send me your price list?" And the two price lists from this plug and Tyler, like, they were exactly the same. And I was like, "Tyler, man, is this you?" It's like, "Yeah, that's my tito." I was like, "No." So for the longest time, Tyler's been my plug. Yeah.
Oh my god, and he didn't know. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler has been selling. I think he just started again, but he's such a like NBA fan. Like he's like a walking NBA dictionary. You guys. He's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember actually like you mentioned, like, sports cards are expensive. And I remember it so vividly because as a beginner getting into sports cards, usually you nibble and you don't spend like so much on your first purchase or something. Like I remember my first purchase was I think a Michael Porter Jr. or something. Yeah. So it was 12K. Um, so
Damn, that's you not
relatively,
spending already.
um, if you put it into context,
Okay, go,
um,
go.
Well,
Try to defend yourself on the 12 grand.
when you put it
Go.
into context, kasi,
ask him about his other cards then.
Oh my god.
Ask him the one that goes like six figures.
because okay,
Fine,
like
fine, fine. It's an investment.
it is. Like I remember, okay, when I bought my first card for 12K, I was like, okay, this is like pretty expensive. And then I was looking at other cards we're going for. At that time I was looking at cards that I wanted for 50K, 60K, 70, 80, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll stick with Michael Porter Jr. Maybe he maybe he pans out. Um, but I remember Tyler in particular. He was telling a story
Uh-huh.
that his first purchase was a Luka Doncic, and Luka at that time was like what 25, I think,
Alright.
25K for a raw, because I think Tyler has a raw card. And I
Yeah,
was
it
like,
was rough.
wow, your first purchase was 25K.
Yeah, yeah.
That was,
But good for him because Luca is the next big thing.
yeah,
Good investment there.
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Totally agree.
Like, and yeah, ever since then, I've just been buying and buying. Um, but yeah, if I had to sell everything, I'd be pretty up big right now. So, and I've made some good money with it. So
So you guys have sold already like your old cards, some cards.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes what I do is I buy two copies, and then when I'm good with the profit for one, I just sell one and then I hold to the other one. Or sometimes if it's a quick flip, I get rid of it right away. Um, I like holding cards. Well, me in particular, I like holding cards that I know I can just stash in a filing cabinet and like see what happens in 5 years. Um,
But I have a question because I
uh,
feel like if I would ever collect sports cards, I would have such an emotional like I would
Uh-huh.
it would be so hard for me to like give them up because that's just
right.
like especially with just like things. It's so hard for me to like get rid of things that like that hold so much like emotional value to me.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
I want to ask, like, I know this is your show, but I just want to ask you, what's
Yeah, for
the
sure, for
one
sure.
Go.
sports card that you will never like ever give up, or like your favorite player?
Ooh.
Because I'm really
Hmm.
curious because
That's
I
right
don't know.
here actually.
I've never asked like other people who collect sports cards, like, what's that one like the most valuable card that you will just never give up? It could be like your favorite
Okay.
player or
Yeah.
something. Because I feel like if I would collect, I wouldn't give up like my Kobe Bryant card. It's like the free. It's just me. I love
Yeah,
Wait,
Kobe.
wait, you going
Kobe.
first?
Oh,
I got Kobe too. Look, this is a
oh
rookie.
my god. Okay, so how much
Hey,
are those?
Ours is definitely the mini mini.
this
This is
is.
like
Wait, how
You
much
can go
are those?
first, Myko. You can go first.
You don't need to give me
okay.
like a rough, like just give me like is it six digit? Obviously it's six
No,
digits.
okay, this one, this is surprisingly not like six digits. It's like four digits actually. It used to be three at one point. This
Really?
this one's Skybox. Skybox is kind of like the lower tier one, but
Okay.
this is valuable to me because like when I went back into cards, I found in my closet like this little what do you call that? Filer? What do you call that thing? For to keep my other cards basically, and
Binder.
I binder there's filer binder, and yeah, I found this. So for me, it's six figures, but
Uh,
on eBay, it's like four figures. So.
how about you, Justin? Like how much is
Yeah.
that?
This one, I got it a few months ago around 20K. And if I had to sell it today, I think it could go for 80, 70, 80.
Hold on to it. Just hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't
Sell it.
sell that, bro. You cannot sell that,
What are
bro.
your favorite cards?
um, if That's
Or
tough.
would it be like a LeBron card?
Yeah, probably a
It's
LeBron card. This is a card that I would have a hard time selling. If I had to sell this, it would probably be for like a wedding or my kids' tuition or something. Like, like I'm gonna have to use it for something like
it's
important.
expensive. Then. Holy,
I got this around 60. If I had to sell it today, it would be around 120, I think. So, I mean, I'll sit on it for a few more years and we'll see what happens.
should I start collecting? Just kidding.
But it's
I think you
fun.
should.
It's fun. Like, you get to have a bit more skin in the game. Like if you love a player, you can buy into his card if he pans out. You could sit on a lot of money.
Long term, it's like a long term NBA fantasy. Like you really need to see
Right.
these players. Like what you said, they pass
Yes.
the next
So many
5
factors
Yeah.
there. Think
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
I know a lot about NBA fantasy. My boyfriend like talks to me like I do NBA fantasy.
It's curious because when I was getting into cards, I thought like fantasy would be like a good benchmark to see how the cards of the players who do well in fantasy would also do well when it comes to their cards. But what I recently realized was that just because you have great stats doesn't mean you'll have an expensive card. If anything, actually, something that correlates more with sports cards prices are jersey sales, because it's more of the popularity thing than an efficiency
Right.
thing.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you can have the best stats, but if no one knows about your
Yeah.
stats, then but if you have the
Oh,
best jersey sales, then chances are people know you and your card is more popular.
that's another thing that people love to collect, jerseys.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of people collect jerseys.
Okay.
Keep those cards, guys. Don't forget.
For sure. But what about you? If you had to pick one NBA player to invest in for the next 5 years, who would it be and why?
Just
Active
one.
player. Yeah.
Just
Yep.
one.
If you had to put your money in one player for the next 5 years,
Luka.
Luca.
Nice.
Why?
But I was
There you
also thinking maybe Tyler Hero. But right now it's Luka. Because he's the next big thing in the NBA. I already see that. He's only 22 years old. He's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
And he's just like what you said, he's popular right now. His stats speak for himself. You know that he's gonna go far in the NBA. You know that he's already dominating in the NBA per se at 22 years old. So I would invest in a Luka Doncic sports card, you guys.
Hey, yes, sir.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Is that like a generic answer? I feel like it is.
No.
I think it is.
Well,
Maybe like a Zion Williamson card, maybe
Yeah.
Trey Young,
yeah.
but
It's-
Luka.
Definitely a popular opinion, I would say. Not generic. It's a popular.
Popular opinion, yeah.
'Cause I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's given. A lot of people really do believe in Luca,
Yeah.
since obviously.
Especially, even NBA veterans, like they have a lot of praise for Luka. So,
Yeah.
self,
I
it's right.
mean, I love watching him play.
Yeah. Pogi pa, so like how could he be popular, man?
Ano ba? Ano pa kulang?
Yeah. I remember Luca cards were going for like 100K around the playoffs.
Let me get that.
What?
We all got Lucas here.
Yeah, I always see that kind of card. Like people always post it because they just got it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow, it went up to 100K.
When they were up against the Clippers last
In the bubble.
Yeah, in the bubble it went up to 100K, but it went down a bit after that since they got eliminated. They're not doing too well this
And
season.
now,
So
yeah.
yeah, but I mean, it goes to show how much people are willing to pay for Luka, since like um, if you put it into perspective, like Luka's pretty expensive at 100K for someone who's been in the league for 3 years.
Right? Exactly what I. He's only 22 years old, you guys. He has
Yeah,
a long way to go. Plus,
yeah.
if he, if he changes teams, plays, he gets to go, actually make it into like finals, playoffs. Keep it. I would definitely invest on a Luca card, you guys.
Okay.
Gotta hook her up. Gotta hook Bea up. Next thing you know, you're gonna have mail, Bea. Boom. PSA
Oh
ban.
my
Okay. We're down to our last question. That flew by pretty quick.
God.
From your perspective, I mean, obviously from a sports fan, from someone who's been into sports for the longest time, what do you think could be one aspect of sports cards that could be enticing for newcomers or for the general public to sort of get into?
Well, other than the fact that the cards look really good, really just like, you can keep it and it's the kind that you can keep like your whole life. It's also probably going to be very enticing to people that you could actually make a lot from it in the future. Because right now money is, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Money is something that everybody just needs at the moment.
Mhm.
And I guess that's really something that would entice everybody to start collecting cards, especially if you know the players and stuff. But for newcomers, I think it's really just the fact that you could actually make a lot from it. Because a lot of the people know these players, but they don't know like their stats. They don't know exactly like the things that you should know about a
Right,
player,
right.
right? But yeah, I mean, it goes back to the people that I've guested on the show who've collected also. And a lot of them really collect because they love the sport. They they love the player. I remember one guest, he's been collecting who was it? I think it was Tim Duncan. Like
Okay.
everything Tim Duncan, he has it. And those are the kinds of people that entice a lot more other people to like start collecting. It's just like that. Just it's the value that it comes with, and how much you can earn from it too. And it's not just for sports cards. It's really just everything, like shoe collecting, jersey
Right.
collecting, and stuff. It doesn't just end at sports cards. That's just, I guess, like a good start to it, as an investment. But yeah, it's really the how much you can earn from it,
Yeah.
especially during this time.
Yeah. That it makes a lot of sense because this time last year, man, I was because okay, like just for a brief background, the startup that Myko and I are in, we're doing pretty well. I would say operations 7 months, sales of around 2 million, uh, net income pretty good amount,
Yeah.
around like
Yes,
15% of
sir.
that hits our
Hype
net
us up,
income.
just yeah. Hype us up, boy.
like like
Yes, sir.
you know
Save it for my show. Save it for my show.
like those have been pretty good. And like this time last year, if you asked me what I wanted to do in life, I would say I wanted to be a radio DJ, events host, voiceover artist. Like this time last year, that was like where I was going. And then the pandemic happened, and then sports cards became a thing, and then we launched, the business. And then I thought it would be a slow start, and then it suddenly took off. And then as time passed by, it just sort of became more serious and serious. And not just from me buying and selling sports cards personally, but the business itself was also booming. And then yeah, now I'm full time, all in on the business, and it's provided me so much opportunities.
And that's
Um,
what I mean, like that's what I like about like the Pinoys, they always find a way to get creative
right.
to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I think um a lot of us had to find different ways to just keep up with our
Definitely.
lifestyle, our living and all that. And yeah, I've seen that all happen also. Like a lot of people have gotten into sports cards, selling, buying and stuff like that. And I think it also just keeps us sane in a way. With
Mhm.
everything going on, you just need to keep yourself busy and
Mhm.
and just occupied. So props to you guys, because you know I think if I was in, if how old are you guys? 20 what?
22.
22.
Yeah, 20.
See, like during 22, because I'm 26 now. Wow, akala mo super old na. No? Pero with 22, I wasn't about like earning this much, or like the long run and stuff. And I think nowadays people are really just, they have to, you know,
Right.
they have to, because that's just how it is now.
Yeah.
So props to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Don't worry,
Thank
I'll
you
it's
so
see
much.
you guys on my show.
that would be so dope.
I'll make it happen. I'll tell my producers.
All right. And like to your point, it's super encouraging because I actually recently found out that we have customers who are even kids. So like even
Mhm.
kids are like starting to learn how to invest, and
Yeah.
how to like manage money and all that. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool how
You can never
all of
start too
this.
early. You can never start too early.
Yeah, and like the root of it came from sports. So, like you said, it
Yeah.
brings everyone
It
together.
all brings us together. Yeah.
It's a cliche thing to say, but it's the truth.
Facts.
Facts.
All right. Yeah, I guess that about does it. Before we wrap it up, do you have anything you would like to plug or promote?
Mhm.
I hope you guys could follow me on Instagram and Twitter at underscore Bea Escu for Instagram, and at underscore Bea Escudero for Twitter. And every Saturday, my show NBA Hype premieres and it airs. New episodes every Saturday at 7 p.m. on NBA TV Philippines, channel 262 on Signal. That's it.
Hey. All right, great. So yeah, once again, guys, if you didn't hear that right, follow Bea Escu. Underscore Bea Escu for IG and underscore Bea Escudero for Twitter, right? And catch the show every Saturday. Channel.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, 262.
All right. All right. So that wraps up our episode for the day. Man, we talked about a lot. A good throwback to the UAP.
I
Uh,
know.
is a good throwback. We talked about basketball as a good Filipino, big Filipino part of our community, how it's very present. And we talked about Bea's upbringing and how she became such a good TV host and reporter. So yeah, thank you again, Bea, for being on the
Thank you
show.
so much, guys. I had so much fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, had so much fun as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, so there we have it. I'm your co-host, guys, Myko Garcia.
And I am your host, Justin Alvarado, and honored guest, Bea Escudero. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, My
Mhm.
Valuable Player. Follow us on Instagram at My Valuable Player for more info on sports cards. And that about does it. Thank you so much again for today. And don't forget to do it different. Thank you so much for watching. If you dig that video, please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. And last but not least, don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any video.